Hi everyone, it's Budget with Mama Bear. Thanks for stopping by my channel today. Today we're going to do something I haven't done in a long time, which I thought would be fun to start off the new year with a new thing that I'm going to be doing regularly, which is show you how I take my Etsy and my YouTube income and allocate that towards sinking funds and what I'm using that money for. So we have that today, as well as we also have some things I want to show you that deal with our goals for 2025. Something I created that I told you I would show you when I did it. And if you hang on to the end, there's something I have for you. All right, let's get started. Okay, so if you hear sounds in the background, I've got the grandma monitor on as low as I can, but she's watching a show, Hallmark Channel, and it's pretty loud. So if you hear it, that's what it is. So we're good. Okay, so I have my business binder, and then I also have one of my sinking funds binders. So I'll explain why I have both of those out in just a minute. Let's go ahead and count and see how much we have. So I went ahead and took out some expenses plus money for debt because that is what I'm trying to use a lot of my extra income for, is to help us pay off our debt. So thank you very much to all of you that have been purchasing my products, have been watching my YouTube and subscribing and liking and watching those commercials. It really does add up, and I do appreciate you so much. Our family couldn't do this without you. Okay, so let's see how much we have here to stuff. We've got 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 550, 570, 590, 610, 630, 631, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So $637 is what we're going to be stuffing. All right, it was a good month. Yeah, I'm trying to get more things out digitally for you because I know a lot of you want to get stuff that are in other countries. And so I'm trying to get more digital products up. I do have a launch going on in January that I'll be revealing soon. So look for that, with some physical products as well. Okay, so let's see what we did with our money. So what I want to show you first, because this is the most important thing, is I went ahead and took $500 and put it towards extra debt. So what I did was I put this placeholder, because I'm not going to pull it out of the bank and then put it back in, right? So I put this placeholder in place so you can see this is where that $500 came from, was from part of this money. So that's that. So now this month I'm going to be able to put 500, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 85, 95, $600 towards an extra debt payment. So that is amazing. We are chipping away at that debt. Okay, so that's going to stay in here until I can get all that in the bank and pay my bills this month. So thank you for helping me do that. Okay, so over here is what I have to put into my business binder. So everybody knows when you have a business that you're running, you also have to make sure you have money for it to run, right? Because you don't want to go into debt doing that. All right, so this is my dashboard that I made for this binder. Kind of made it a Budget with Mama Bear one with all my hearts. All right, so first thing that we have is P.O. Box, and oops, sorry about that. P.O. Box is going to be getting 144. So 140, 1, 2, 3, and 4. That is coming up due in February. So that's why I'm putting so much money into it. It's definitely worth having because I use it for business. All right, so let's see how much we have. 100, 200, 20, 45, 46, 7, 8, 9, 50. So I believe it's still going to be $250 for the year. So I want to make sure and have that. And when it comes out, I'm going to track it a little better than I did last year. So that is good. And we are fully funded in here. So I think what I'm going to do, let's see if I have them ready. I do. Okay, so I have these fully funded slips. That's a digital download. And this is the one that comes with a savings challenge. So I'm going to go ahead and pop that in here. All right, so that is fully funded. Yay. All right, taxes. That's going to take up a lot of the money. Good old taxes. And I also do fill out the trackers on the back. We won't do that today because I have a lot of stuff to go over with you. All right, so in taxes is getting $100. So let's go ahead and color in 10 of these. Okay, so I colored in 10 more money bags because each one of these I said is going to be $10. This challenge and envelope is from Donna, powered by creativity. And I always have her channel linked down below just in case you ever need it. I use a lot of her stuff. So that is going in. And now we have 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 20, 40, 60, 80, 700, 20, 40, 60, 80, 820. So when we're done, we should have $1,000. My hope is that we don't have to use all that, but we'll see. Hopefully we don't have to do more than that. But we're kind of playing it by ear this year. All right. Shipping is going to get $50. So this is when I have to ship out things that are not already included in purchasing. So shipping products, things like that. So there's $60 now in there. All right, printing, and that is getting $100. This is when I go to get like paper. And for my, I count my HP Insta Ink as a business expense because 98% of the printing, and probably 99.5 right now, of the printing that I do is for Budget with Mama Bear. So that comes out of here too. So I have to get this reconciled for the year to see how much I have to pull out every month. So I have 110 right now. All right, business supplies are all the other things. That is getting 50. That's for scratchers, any kind of business supplies that I need to make sure that I am running my business properly. So now it has $60. All right, Canva is getting 93. 50, 70, 90, 3. All right. So I do subscribe to the Canva Pro. I do use this for my designing, and everything that I create is pretty much done on Canva. So $93 is going in. All right. And then the next two are going to get our last 50s. So budgeting supplies, that's when I support others. Just get other things that, you know, it does relate to my channel, but it might be from other resources. So I make sure and put money into that. So now we have $60 in here. And then planner supplies, because I do use a lot of that on my channel. So now that has $60 as well. So all of that, I want to cover those costs this year instead of just using my spending money, because really that's a business expense for me. So that is done. That felt really good to do that. Again, thank you so much for helping us do all of that and helping us keep going. All right, so the next thing I wanted to show you was my little book. So I showed you the other day how I tracked my money that I put into sinking funds, and I counted how many denominations I had. And this was important for me because tracking pen to paper is how I stay organized. And I really want to be better at that this year. So I thought these from Donna Powered by Creativity, she used these all last year, and I've been like trying to see how could I use those. This is how I'm doing it. So I printed out 2 for each month. So that way at the beginning of the year, or the month, sorry, I track what I'm putting into my sinking funds. And then at the end of the month, when I tally up all of the savings challenges that I finished, I tally it up all in here. So I have that record in this little book. Plus I put some extra note pages back here that I had in my stash just in case I want to take notes and how things are going or whatever. But I'll be able to tell so much at the end of the year by keeping this as a tracker. And I was going to put something over this, but I really liked what this cover said. I don't really have a lot of the mini size. And it says, this year looks great, right? It does. It definitely does. Okay, so let's talk planning and goals. Let me get my planner out. All right. Several weeks ago, I did talk about setting goals for 2025. And don't forget, this 2025 calendar is in my Ko-fi shop for free if you'd like one for your binders. You can cut it down if you have a classic size. You just cut around it. Measure it out so you get it right for your binder. I want to go to... let's see. One of my goals today is to put my tab labels on. Still haven't done that. Is to go to my goals section. All right. So in this section, I have all my goal sheets. And I added some new ones. I have some things. I wrote in some things, but I just kind of wanted to go through the process. So in my Etsy shop, I have a set of 3 forms. If you're working on your year-long goals, your vision, your word, all of that. And you can download those and put them in your planner. It really helps me kind of focus around it. So on the first one is your vision board planner. So I create a vision board every year for life, for business, for Budget with Mama Bear now. And you always start out with your why. Like, why are you doing this, right? I'm going to zoom in just a tad here so you can see. And I'm going to stay in frame. Someone told me the other day, you're out of frame. Yeah, I know. I wasn't paying attention. So here we go. So your why. You always start with your why. Then you can kind of go through it as you want. Maybe you already know. I have some travel plans. I want some health goals, career, family, hobbies, financial. How about some overall goals for your year, right? So I kind of just tried to bring in all the things we think about every year. And then from that, you can create a vision board. Now, vision boards are done by cutting pictures out, sticking them on a board, putting them up in your office, right? I don't do that. I do it in Canva. You can go in Canva, even in the free version, and there's templates for vision boards. And then you just drop in stuff, and it's really simple to do. So I went ahead and did that for Budget with Mama Bear. And this is what I created. What do you think? Yay. All right. So it's a lot, but I'll kind of walk you through some of my goals for Budget with Mama Bear. And if we hit them all, that's great. If we don't, at least we started with something, right? Okay, let me move my planner out of the way. All right, so let's start up here on YouTube. My goal is to, get to 10K this year by the end of this year. We made it to 5K, and I have not forgotten this month we are doing a giveaway, so make sure you watch my videos this month. But I want to get to 10K this year. That's a big goal. We'll see. We'll see. And then this calendar is representing being consistent with my videos on YouTube and planning them out and getting them up regularly. Not having a few months like I did, even if life happens, getting those videos in. So that's important to me. All right. Then if you go over to the right, another social media one is Instagram. I want to learn how to do reels. I stink at that, and I don't really know how to do all these fancy reels that everybody does. So it's something I want to stretch my brain a little bit on and learn how to do them. So those of you who know how to do them, kudos to you. Give me some tips. And I want to increase my followers on Instagram because I don't really focus on that too much. So I want to try to do that a little bit. All right. Next is in my shop. So Budget with Mama Bear shop. I want to have new product launches. And then this says monthly. I couldn't get it to go in really good. Let me see if I get a little bit closer here. I think that's still good. Okay. So it says monthly. So I want to do a product launch every month, whether it's just digital or if it's physical products. That is a big goal of mine. So it's consistent. All right. Then this is probably a stretch, but we'll see. I was thinking of getting a website going and moving away from Etsy. There's a lot of fees that happen. There's a lot of good things about Etsy because it really gets you out there. It's easy. But there's a lot of fees that go into having an Etsy shop. So I know there's fees for websites, but it's just an overall goal of mine to do a website and kind of change up my branding a little bit to make it just kind of all flow together. Because right now I kind of have two brands going on and colors are all over the place. So that's kind of like an overall goal. We'll see. Memberships is my next one. So memberships, I'd really like to do that. People have asked me if I'm going to do it. I was really worried about my creative brain, one, because I'm kind of burnt out. I was at the end of the year. I'm fresh now in 2025, though. I'm ready to go. And worried about, like, would even anybody want to do it, you know? That's like a thing out there right now. So I know a lot of people have asked me. So I'd like to do 3 levels of memberships. And that's kind of a star. Like that will really be a push for me to do that. Okay, then financial. I want to track my progress. I want to track, and do budgeting products. I know a lot of people have come to me about how do we budget. We know how to save, but how do we budget? And this has kind of been like I'd love to show you more about that part of it this year. Okay, and then lastly, with savings, I want to hit those long-term savings that I have I use Budget with Mama Bear to help me, but long-term savings is going to be big this year. I have some big goals. Then all this cash right here is all the debt I'm going to pay off, right? And this is going to help me. All of this right here will help me pay that down. So that is my vision board for Budget with Mama Bear. I also create one for our family as well. And I hang those up in places that I'm always around. So in the bathroom, you go to the bathroom, you brush your teeth every day. You look at the mirror. I have like a wall to the side. I always tack one up there. And it's just something I look at every day. I have one hanging in my studio here. I have one hanging out in my loft. I have one hanging by my downstairs. So it's constantly giving you that visual. I'm a visual learner, so it really helps me kind of focus on, oh yeah, don't forget, that's a goal of mine. And I think it really resonates with your brain if you're always looking at it. So I'm a firm believer in those. All right, let me get my planner back out again. Okay, so we talked about the vision board planner. I showed you my Budget with Mama Bear one. This is the other sheet that's included in that group of 3, 2025 goals. Now I try to think of categories where we make goals for. Health, travel, family, social, family again, personal, financial, business. So you can, always put something over these and change it. But for financial, I wanted to share that with you guys because that's kind of what I share on here. I want to pay 2 cards off on my debt. I want to save $10K at least. I want to fully fund the cruise that I'm going on in November. And I want to fully fund Christmas. this was the first time 2024 was the first time I was able to do that. And I really want to keep that as a goal of mine because that can get a little out of control. So I have a different way I'm going to be doing it this year. I will be sharing that with you shortly. I'm waiting for one more thing to come in. All right. I slid this in here a little bit because I don't want you to see something. All right. So the next one is how you come up with your word of the year. So this is what I did. My why. I'm not a sentence person. I just brain dump stuff. I want calm. I want peace. I want sleep. I want to have confidence. I want to have security. Those are all my whys right now in my head. So then based on that, I started coming up with some words that maybe would help me feel this. Organized, centered, intentional, consistent, confident, secure, happiness. So this is kind of my word dump. And based on this, where I want to start this year is probably the one that a lot of us need to do. And this is something that if I don't have this, which I don't in a lot of ways, I have to focus on it. And it really helps with this up here. And so you ready for my word of the year? Dun, 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 dun. Organized. My word is organized. So I've kind of been giving little hints here and there in my videos in the last few days. I've been saying this word a lot. Did you notice that? Who did? Let me know. I feel like with the 2024 year that I had, being so busy and so all over the place and not just life in general got me, that I let a lot of this go for certain areas of my life. And so part of being organized and part of being financially responsible is being organized with your money, with your tracking, with your budget. I was really good at budgeting in 2024. I did stay consistent with that. I did keep that organized. I did work really hard on that. I just don't show it on here. Okay. I did not I wasn't as good with tracking and just being consistent on certain things. So using my planners is going to be important. Using all the tools that we've been talking about. Donna, Empowered by Creativity, has been using that word a lot. Tools. You're given a bunch of tools, but are you using them? So hence the reason why this came into play. I could have started this a long time ago, but I didn't. Okay, my dad called, so I had to put it on pause. Okay, so I could have started this throughout the year, but I didn't. And now I have a purpose for these. And so I really want to use these. This is going to really help me. When I noticed that I needed this was when I was doing my end of the month. And I really forgot to track like denominations and how many I had, just to double check things. So this is going to be nice to do this. All of my planners set up, all of that is going to really help me stay organized. Putting in the time and scheduling it into my time. So when I have my personal planners, I schedule time to come in, whether it's late at night or early in the morning, and really work on my schedule. Really work on getting things organized, staying that way. That is going to be huge for me. So how many of you have picked your word of the year yet? And I'd love to know what it is. So please leave that in the comments down below. If you haven't picked your word yet, are you going to use some tools? And you don't have to, use what I have. You can just jot it down on a piece of paper to come up with something so you can stay focused. Now, another form I want to show you is this one. This is the 25 positives in 25. I have something to write in here right now, and I'm going to make sure that I get it in. I might go over it in a darker pen because I want it to look cute, but so first thing, there are 25 little honeycombs, and basically what you do is you make sure you're focused on your positives. This is how you get toward your goals. So my positive is I created vision board, because that was the jumping off point, no pun intended, to work on my goals. Okay, was starting with your vision. So that was a big deal to get that done and printed. And yes, and I did it for both my personal and my budget with Mama Bear. All right, so I got one down. Yay. And it's January 2nd. Okay, the next thing I'm going to be using is the quarterly financial goals sheets from Donna Powered by Creativity. And they're so cute. They're by month, 3 months. And I also wanted to see, like, after I get through these 3 months, if I want to add in another word or if I want to change my word. I'm probably still going to work on being organized for the whole year. But if I want to change anything, I'll take notes and I'll write it in here. And then when I go to my next quarter, I'll make sure and put that on here. So that way I know I'm focusing on something else as well. All right. So today I'm going to work on what are some January goals that I want to make sure and hit. Next Friday, I'll go ahead and share those with you because Friday is going to be like my check-in, cash stuffing, kind of goal check-in, things like that on Fridays. Just a good day for me to do it. All right, so I have all those printed, ready to go. And then another thing that I created to help me stay organized is this debt payoff sheet. So I put the name of the debt, the balance, when it was paid off, and then I do like a check mark. So if you're interested in something like that, let me know. I'm just going to keep track because that's going to be a success. These are goals of mine to pay debt off. When I do it, I want to check that off and be, yes, I did it. So at the end of the year, I can look and see how much I did. All right. I think that is it for this book. Yes. Okay. Again, I got to go put my tab labels in here. All right, I'm going to put this aside, and then if you stayed, I have something for you. Most of you know January is my birthday month, and this month I decided to give you, that was Hank, if you heard him, he's snoring over there. He had a groomer's appointment this morning, so he's kind of wiped out. I decided to give you some freebie challenges to get you started on your savings journey, and I wanted to show you kind of two sides of me too. So this is it. All right. So you get my 80s side and you get my pink cute side. So I always like to make these flexible so you can make them whatever you want. Roll into save, and each star is for each roller skate. You could either write an amount in the star. You could do a roll. My idea was to make it a roll and save. And what a roll and save is you roll the dice and it tells you how much to save. And you can use 6-sided dice, 8-sided dice, 12-sided dice, whatever you want. And then you can print it out and use it as many times as you want. Okay, the other one is just a very basic pink birthday. You can save it for a birthday challenge or a tracker for your birthday envelope to save it for somebody's birthday. And I wanted to make it clean and simple, but pretty. So I had a roller skating party when I was 7, and this totally reminded me of that. I had pink covers for my roller skates though. So much fun. I thought about doing that for my birthday this year, but don't think it's going to happen. Maybe we'll do it next year. But so this right here, in order to get this, you have to go over to my Ko-fi shop. That's where I'm now going to be moving all my freebies over to the Ko-fi shop. So that link is down below. It's always down there if you want to go check out what I have over there. All right, so this will be up there in the month of January. Hope you like them. All right, y'all, that is it for today. I hope to bring you some more videos this weekend, so make sure you come back. If you have not subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. I can't wait to have you back. I hope everyone has a wonderful January and a great plan. Don't forget to leave me your word if you have it. All right, y'all. Have a blessed day. And as always, I double love you.